Coach Life. So I'm in the 4 Point and Fidei in New York City. It's a nice little hotel, but I think I have my apartment secured and I'll be in the Lower East Side. And I got to go to 65 Court Street yesterday to do my I-9. It's some kind of clearance for the Board of Education, Department of Education. And I had a rough day yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. I started off tough. I was just outside in the wind trying to meditate or just, you know, catch a vibe really. And it just hit me. And I was like, oh man. So I was missing Ma yesterday. And then also feeling really disconnected from a lot of like the back to school energy or the back to normal energy or everything is, I don't know, I just don't feel like we've had any real space to process. And I'm about to, this is right before I go to Brooklyn to Court Street, and I feel the call as Rose and we talk, and it's exactly what I was going through, just her version, and it made sense, right? So boom, then I hop on the train downtown, 4 stops to my old, this is where my first job in adulthood, really, not counting the grocery store and Jabba's. That was like high school job. This was my first out of college job. And I was a paralegal at a law office on 32 Court Street. And so I was going to 65 Court Street yesterday to get my photo ID to work for the Department of Education. But so as soon as I walk in, the security guard is cool, but like everyone's like, I don't want this job, but also like, yeah, what's good? We're here. And so I was like a dog. I was so happy to be around real alive people. The cop, the security guard, the woman helping me with the photo, one lady had a hijab, and she was like I guess the screener before you get to the photo and all of that. Long story short, they were all like tired at work, like what's wrong with this guy? And I was just like, just happy to be around people that feel alive. Like I see myself in them clear. I don't have to search for it, it's right there. So the day started heavy and then it became beautiful. And it was a nice mixed bag to finish out. So today, I have my flight back to the Vineyard. And then when I touch down, I have to go link up with some, I forget what their name is, but it's a creative group, the Bureau something. Anyways, they did a project on Black home ownership and Black history, and they ended up coming to the house and shooting the photos, and they took my picture. And there's gonna be some kind of exhibit at the museum that they're doing at the Martha's Vineyard Museum, and my picture will be a part of it. And then they want to interview me, so it's all like really fun, interesting stuff. But I'm at that point where I'm transitioning so much, and there's already, as if there wasn't enough going on already. We got my memorial, that will be on the 9th and 10th. Transitioning jobs, still haven't heard back from the other folks. Getting a new place to live, trying to secure the house. As if that wasn't, as if being in a pandemic or not, or maybe still, about to start another, and have we had time? So this is the point of this Coach Life. time. Time is here to help us. It's hard for us to remember that because everything is so fast, everything is so heady, everything is so deadline driven, largely because we've agreed to this, because it has its perks. You know, you can't really complain when you want something and it's on time. It's a great thing. So it's supposed to be here to help us, but what's happened is time is also, just like space, it has to be managed. There needs to be equity in the management of time. And there's, I would say space, there's limited equity. Like, we're figuring it out very slowly, but we still don't know how to share public space properly. We still don't know how to solve housing crises, when it's like, it's just very obvious. People have to awaken to a point where they can share properly. And once we can share, then what I'm saying is that space is something that we're just learning how to maneuver properly as a whole, remembering that we're all interconnected. But time, we're so far away from understanding the timepiece. That's the scary one to me. As much as people want to say we're running out of natural resources and there's a housing crisis and all of these red flag incidents, the one that really strikes me the most is that we have not developed equity. In fact, we encourage inequity in time. So if someone makes less money, their time is less valuable. It's interesting. It's not sustainable. So as I'm going through all of these spaces and dealing with time in a very complex fashion, now I have to always remember that it's here to help us. And as soon as I can remember that, I can breathe. I can say, okay, I know I have all of these calendars competing, but what a blessing it is to have calendars competing. Like, nobody can care about what you're doing or where you are. Or you could just be alone and they could just be quiet. You know? So I'm appreciative, I'm grateful for time as a device. What we're going through right now as a collective, being that if you look at my artwork, my life, you understand that I think, I feel, I know, I have an inner sense that we are all connected regardless. Like, I see me and you, I see you and me. It might be really hard to tell, but that, you know, cool. There's you want variety. But our handling of time right now is something that I'm working on. So hopefully just the kind of focus on it from my perspective to yours will help you see some value in actually trying to dance with it a little bit instead of just hating it, you know, because of it's only 24 hours in a day. Like, that's a lot of hours. You know. Yeah, I want this coach life to remind me of when I was in the thick of it in the city, going back to the venue. I'm coming back here Saturday. So this is 610, the room number. So it was a lot of sixes, and 6 to me is a number of mastering the transition. 5 is the change, 6 is the okay, what you mastered, like, put it to use. So anyways, this coach life ended up being longer than I thought, but coach life, baby.